Oh hey Internet, welcome back to the show, welcome back to Khimera, welcome back to the save file where we're continuing our quest to get all the unlockables before we beat the game really, or at least as many as we can. Yeah, and to preface, it's still going to be a lot of fist pounding, a lot of fisting in these levels. Just like that, R.I.P. Juan. But yeah, of course, mission number one is to find the fairies, but I suppose, if we find everything else in the meantime, it's not going to be too bad. But here we are with the Tower of Power, I believe it's called. And sadly, kind of, if it wasn't a suicide run before, we're going to take our time and try to make sure we don't miss anything. So that's going to happen, I'm sure. But I can't imagine there's too many videos left. With this, I believe, being part 7, I don't think we're going to make it into double digits, to be completely honest. We may, but it may not be too many videos beyond that. I really don't think there's too much left in the game. There's only a couple more stages, and if there might be like a bonus boss stage after that, it might all just be kind of wrapped up. But nearly getting ourselves killed there. And there, or at least we accomplished the task that we were aiming to do. You can see how well we handle pressure, right? But we did get that unlockable, so clear that stage, so we didn't necessarily even have to mess with it after that. Missing a couple things here, so we're going to go here next. I mean, that's the thing, is like, you never know, when you're missing a couple things, you never know what they are. They could be fairies as far as you know, so. And for those who don't know, when you collect all the fairies, you turn into Berserker mode, which is a sort of high risk, high reward sort of costume. Gives you some crazy damage output, but you also take crazy damage. But that's the idea, like, don't get hit, you scrub, and you can get like, and also it fills that third box when you beat a level as well. So who knows? There might be some sort of gift for beating all the stages in Berserker mode as well. I'm not entirely sure. So something to look forward to, I suppose. Although I can't say if we're going to try to 100% this game completely with like Berserker mode stuff. We might unlock it, we might use it, and we might call it a day there, that sort of thing. But yeah, as I've said before, the Khimera videos do well. And I'm going to miss the series when it's done, because I think a lot of people have been really enjoying it. I do want to thank the viewer of the channel who suggested it. I think he made a good choice and kind of figured out what type of games I'm pretty much into. So that was a good choice on him. And I think there might be less than a day, if not just a day, on Twitter left on the poll, and it's still rather close to what we should play after this when it comes to like our sort of not shmup game. For those who are unaware, and clicking on like part 7 first, I guess. I've been contemplating doing Dungeon Fighter Online. I don't know for how long. I don't know. It's one of those games that you could certainly do like part 100. But they have a new character class. And I wanted to check it out, just doing a solo adventure, possibly, if I can get away with it. And I have a poll up, kind of like, are you interested, yes or no type of stuff. And I think the yeses, that was awfully stupid. But how it worked, it was that the yeses first kind of ran away with it, and then the no's caught up and really made it sort of 50-50. And then in the last few days, as the poll is winding down, the yeses came back in a slight way. And if I don't necessarily have the numbers particularly, I just have, you know, percentages. I think it's like 12-8. There's 20 votes, and it's not necessarily too close, although it looks like it is just a few votes in this direction. So I think it's a 12-8 split right now, going towards yes. I have to say, it is a little disconcerting that the vote was that close, and that it looks like, you know, anytime it's that close, you know, it's like, you know, the one person who loses is going to be me, because, you know, no matter what I do, it's gonna, you know, it's going to upset half the people, you know. But, you know, I'd like to think, you know, I'll try to make the series as best as I can. Hopefully, Dungeon Fighter, you know, provides a good watching experience. You know, so we can win over some of the people that voted no. But then again, you know, I would, you know, I'd like to say, you know, at the very least, you know, because it's such a close vote, like I of course understand that, and probably from day one, the game will be on life support. So, you know, so if we do the videos and they don't get a lot of views, then we'll, just like anything else, we'll just cut it real short like that. Maybe do a couple videos, 2 or 3 videos, and if people don't give a shit, I won't give a shit, you know. And we'll go on to something else. Another piece of news. We just put up the Risk System demo video. Oh, there's a fairy there. That's what we want. That's going to be our second unlockable in the stage. Yeah, I was able to download the demo and check it out. It's a rather cool game. However, I had a lot of difficulty capturing the video for it, so had to go through some workarounds and some hackery, I guess, but not really hacking, but fooling things. Excuse me. And the video came out visually pretty crappy. As I'm trying to see if there's any more on that stage, but you can't really like jump on the ledge there. And you know, surprisingly, the video's been doing well. You know, at least early on. You know, a lot. You know, it's got. Yeah, you know, just for a few hours, it's got some good views and some good likes. So that's a pleasant surprise. I thought I was really going to get flayed on that, because the video does get grainy here and there and pretty pixelated, despite the fact that it's artistic choice. To be honest, I'm not so sure we need to be in this level anymore, although I can't be certain. I don't necessarily remember whether it was 2 or 3 things we were missing, or just 2, because I think we've picked up 2. See, those areas in the ceiling have always has always fucked with me, and I always think, oh shit, there's some other section that I need to get. However, it kind of dawns on me now that, you know, if you die and use that checkpoint, that's where your character falls from. So there's no secret hidden area hidden up there. That's just that's if you spawn there. Back with the Harpy boss. quest is whether or not we're going to be able to defeat her with such low life. Actually, with the chest, I'm going to say that's a yes. Yeah. And of course, she loses her glasses again. Yeah, and that third box is Berserker mode stuff, so... Yeah, that's all the unlockables there, so let's do a quick head count, I guess. Still one here, which is likely the something you get for saving all the fairies. Really nothing different so far, but I don't think we saved them all quite yet. We still have those 3 stages, and we don't know exactly if there's anything in there as well. Not to mention there's the one in the house as well, and you're sort of... There's one in the town, which is, I think, the damn stinking one on the roof still. And there's one in the home, and I'm almost sure I know where it is. I just don't want to do it. You know, there's this sort of Cake Boy game, as like an Easter egg type of Atari game. And you can almost guess that there's some unlockable for playing and beating this game. So here's a little whatever, I suppose. And I suppose if I need to get into it, despite the fact that I didn't really like playing this game. It's called Cake Boy. You get 3 lives. It's just built on a sort of Atari level system, or stages, like you'd find in like old games like this. You can tell each color door has a different, matching door. So you want to take your cake from that's on the other level and bring it back up to your starting door, your white door. You want to jump over these sort of guarding rails, I guess, or these blockades. You want to avoid the baddies like the snakes here. You can certainly go through those doors with the cracks, but they're sort of one use. They do respawn, but they're intended kind of to be one use. And that's essentially it. Once you're carrying the cake, you can't really jump too high. So it's one of those things like, plan out your course of action, and then not worry about jumping or anything like that. However, you can get bombs. Bombs, you can kill enemies and destroy those blockades and stuff. Which is exactly what we did there. I think we're doomed. Nope. That's a little cheesy hacker cheater move that I figured out. That generally you're not supposed to be able to jump with the cake. Oh, we are fucked now. You done fucked up. But if you leave the cake on the ground and then try to jump over something and you pick up the cake at the same time, it doesn't really interfere with your height and momentum like it otherwise would if you were just standing. I mean, honestly, if we could just... We should just go through those orange cracked doors and not have to worry about it, but I don't know what our big damn deal is. Yeah, I suppose at the time I didn't notice that any other door would have worked just fine. And now you have this character charging you down as well. Yeah, and he can just walk and steal your cake. And you got to throw a bomb at him as well, but he's a hard character to deal with because you can't, you jump on him, you can't do much, and if he takes the bomb and excuse me, if he takes the cake, that's a loss of a life as well. But jumping into bombs certainly does hurt as well. I don't know, they have their high score name here, and I'm not entirely sure. It's... Maybe there's some sort of like unlockable if we put in a, put in Zelda or something like that, We're a letter short from what I thought would be the obvious pick, but... But yeah, that's that. I mean, this game sucks. You're telling me. I mean, the thing is I wouldn't be necessarily like against playing a game like that separately. But the fact that, like, I don't know, like maybe there's some sort of hidden unlockable behind this game that I have to play, that's a huge turnoff. Tons of exploding pizza from the fridge. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the house with still that unlockable. Still have that unlockable at the town. But really, I guess besides that, just venture on. So I would say this is probably the first of the Wily stages, I guess. I'm not sure. Maybe it's unfair to say something like that, but yeah, it's the 3 final stages. So far, it looks like I'm doing a pretty awful job of just getting like hit by like every enemy as we're like getting along there. Getting just pelted with cannonballs. Yeah, remember when we had some health? I don't know why we had to feel we had to defeat all of these guys, but given a little bit of health there, but nevertheless, kind of beaten up. And the stupidness continues. The trickiness is now we have to face two of these guys at the same time. Yeah. That was bound to happen, I'm sure. We took way too much damage when we shouldn't have. Really not making much of a different trend here. Just like lit that cannonball, just hit us in the face. Sitting at just over half health here. Now at half. Now less than half. But hopefully it's enough to beat these two mini bosses. Something tells me it probably really isn't, to be honest. It was, but really not by much. But we were able to get a couple unlockables, at the very least, if we die and have to start over. But actually, there's the checkpoint right there, so all is good with the world, to be honest. I'm glad it was, because that was some real bad science there. Sort of max ninja character. Pretty boneheaded right there, that's for sure. He was pretty impatient. An easy little trick with him. You can just kind of just shove him off the edge. I'm telling you, like we're really trying to kill ourselves as quick as possible with this dash punch. Don't believe you can beat those ghost heads, so we're just going to avoid those. Some more tricky platforming that here's another little skill test, I suppose, where you have to kind of break those pieces and then kind of hide in them for shelter and safety. Luckily, there's crates that have like health ups and another checkpoint rather. It started pretty badly, but it looks like we're getting our feet under us, really. now we're cooking with gas with like these disappearing platforms and now floating bad guys. However, you know. Uh-oh. Doesn't appear to be all that important of a secret, but we found it all the same, just to kind of ease our mind. More of these jerks. Hopefully at two health. Oh, healed there a little bit. Alright, took care of one. We really should. There we go. We really should take care of that witch that's flying above us as well, but pretty bad stuff. But obviously that's what we're kind of doing. We're trying to get that fairy up there, which is a little trick because you kind of have to almost jump from one screen to the next. There's no space for you to, there's no space for you to kind of, you know, regain your footing and then make a conscious jump. You have to kind of do it from the screen prior. Oh, I gotta deal with a couple more of these jerks. Another checkpoint. Oh, and we are at the boss fight. New disco diva type of boss. So we'll have to wonder whether or not, you know, a spam strategy is still going to be something worth doing. I'm thinking so, just because the smash hit from the treasure chest is just such a powerful move that even when we're kind of getting beat up here, you know, it's, yeah. Disco Destroyer. That tells us that we've left some of the unlockables in the stage. What's it going to say? One thing. I mean, that's not so bad. But, you know, leaves more on the plate for us to do later, I guess. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and play some more in the future.